Okay, welcome to another one of your one-a-day CAD-Red commentaries from the Copenhagen Game CSS tournament. You can see there's a bit of a different background at the start today because we're actually starting partway through a demo due to a prolonged warm-up, but the lovely shiny CAD-Red logo on the home GUI that was made for us specifically, for all the people that keep asking about the GUI, is still there. But yeah. The next game I've picked out for you is something of a classic, not just in terms of what happened on the map, but also what happened kind of either side of it. Now, it's between Attax and Epsilon, both of whom did very well. It's the consolidation final, so it's the battle for kind of second and third, respectively. And what had happened was Attax had this great run of results. There was already rumours circulating by this point that they must be somehow cheating at LAM. Fully Talked had said that Attax had rebought Smoke several times in their games for tactical things, which I don't know if that's true. I've not even looked into verifying it because ultimately I don't want to start chipping away at people's performances at LAN unless you've got some sort of hardcore evidence, and I'm pretty sure if that was possible to have been seen by now, I'm pretty sure some keen bean would have uploaded that to try and discredit the alternate performance. But yeah, so in the warm-up, Epsilon had already been taunting Attax, kind of talking about how they cheated against Fully Talked, and Glaive in particular was kind of aiming some barbs, some insults at them, while Attax were waiting for Epsilon to come on the server. After the game, and again I won't talk too much about the game because you're about to watch the game, but after the game there was a lot of ill feeling, shall we say. I mean, it culminated in Glaive pretty much offering them outside, and Epsilon had to release an apology. It was really ugly kind of stuff. For those of you who weren't there, sure, by the time the final got around to being played, it was mega late. I mean, the final finished at 6 in the morning, and again, it was a ridiculously good game. But obviously, it's not the kind of attitude that you want at events. But there was a lot of frustration, a lot of ill feeling, is what I'm trying to get across to you. So this was the start of it. Ultimately, I mean, they'd already played each other once before, but this, I think, is where that kind of whole E-drama began, and it already started in warm-up. I'm not going to show you that because it was, just type in. I pretty much summarized it. We'll get down to the nitty-gritty of it all now. And we're about to go live for the knife round. It is on D Tuscan, which of course is a map you would usually expect German teams to perform well on. It was being played regularly in German EPS before it had really been adopted anywhere else, although CGS were quite keen on it because obviously they couldn't use its equivalent, which was the old CPL mill, and CPL CGS or CPL is kind of a rival, even though CPL was dead by that stage. But anyway, so we're going to have the knives at mid. Just a quick look at the teams you can see there. In particular, I'm going to keep an eye on MNL, who had a fantastic performance, made the MVP list. And quite an aggressive knife strat coming in from Attax. I mean, they're just bombing it down mid. And before you know it, it's just all over the map. So, Rack's got the first shank. Frost has come in with the second. You've got MNL's got another. Then Felix has got another. Glaive answers back. Probably would have rather have been doing this in the car park by the sounds of things. But, yeah, he's got one. Frost gets another one. But Frost is going to get taken down by Felix. And then Glaive's going to get got by Solek. You can see there already. Let's keep it in Team A. We're not ready, so there's probably going to be a little pause. And again, I was sat not far from the guys while this was going on. In particular, Attax was sat right across from the press area in the sort of non-BYOC area, where they'd hired their PCs. And to be fair, it was that they were not like, I expected them to be really fired up because they'd had a few good results, but they weren't. They were very calm, very stoic. It was just like, it wasn't one of these people you see like, come on, shouting. They weren't really like that. They simply just were very focused on what they needed to do, very quiet, very solemn, and you know, I guess it goes to show you don't have to be all about shouting, screaming, all of that kind of nonsense to make an impression. By contrast, Epsilon, who did incredibly well and have now cemented their position as the #1 Danish team without a shadow of a doubt in the absence and death of CKRAS, although perhaps who knows what's happening with the remnants of that team. I'm hearing that we might be seeing some of those guys coming back. But for now, Epsilon, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the premium sides in Europe, and really representing the Danish side, Danish scene, I should say, rather, very, very well. So, but they were very pumped up about this. I know they really wanted to win this game. So, and it looks like we're going to have the pistol attacks, although they won the knife round, have decided to stay CT. I would say this is more of a team map, but you don't see a lot of changes in the knife round unless it's absolutely vital, and I'm guessing they consider the map open enough to not have to worry about that. But we're going to get this push in the sewer area, which again, that's a hangover left from the CPL Mill days, and you can see they've gone quite aggressive. Felix is close. They've got wind of it, but couldn't do anything about it anyway. So Felix is going to wade in with 2 quick kills, and he's going to get the bomb. So this is pretty much round over already, I'd say. In the meantime, you can see that Jochen has gone up mid, and he's going to get 1. Crystal and Solek have got the back door, literally. You can see that Glaive is going to try and open it and come in. He's going to get 1. He's going to not go for the repeat, but instead go for the reload. So that's not bad, but he's on very low HP. He's only got 13. We're going to quickly cut to Kevin with a 1. He's on 23. And MNL is somehow just lurking around here, and I don't know if they know where he is. And then Jochen's going to get another. So, well, started out as a promising pistol round for attacks. Looks like it's going to end badly. Kev's going to get that frag. So now it's all on MNL. We're going to quickly go to clutch cam. You've got, but I mean, Epsilon are all on low HP there. It is a 3-on-1. And now we've got Flash coming in here. I'm guessing he's pretty blind, because I know I am. And he's had to retreat back into house. Skillfully negotiated. His nade is going to not connect. Jochen's going to get the long distance kill thanks to the almighty crouch. And there we have it. So the pistol round goes the way of Epsilon. So let's see how they're going to play this deco team alternate. And again, the hangover, the alternate attacks. Kind of a hangover from the old days. I think they do prefer to be called team alternate, but that's somewhat by the by. And you can see Jochen again just going to get that little headshot with a USP. Kev's going to work that AK. Solek's down to 9 HP, so these decos looking like an expensive extravagance at the moment, because they're not really going to be able to get a kill, I don't think. Solek's probably is going to get absolutely rinsed as soon as he sees someone. And there you go, another kill there for Epsilon. They're going to push onto the site. You can see here, though, that Crystal's going behind. He is going to get 1. And he's going to get another. Now he's got the AK. He's going to get a face full of Flash. And Frost is going to finish him off. So, not quite the same as one of his movies there, Crystal. Not quite as good, but I think we all know the reason for that, and there's no need to labour that point. So, 2-0 to Epsilon.
Okay, let's go.
And we should see another full eco. So, we're going to get this kitty push. And Glaive's going to wade in with 3 kills here. Rack's going to get a little deal headshot through the smoke on Frost. He's going to get another one, so making it count. Going to switch to the MP5, is he? Probably is not a good idea to face while you're reloading. And Kevin there is going to get it. So now we're going to get to this all-important first buy round, which will dictate the pace. I'll have a quick look at the frag chart. You can see Rack's on 2 for 3. A lot of them on 2 for 3 actually there. Jochen on 4 and 0. after those eco rounds. So we're going to cut to M&L Cam, see what he's going to do. Looks like this is another... No, I was going to say, it's not another eco, is it? But yeah, he's playing quite close aggressive with the AWP. And we'll just go to Crystal. No, he won't, because he's dead by the time I try to get there. So we'll definitely go back to M&L now. So that aggressive little push from Crystal proved costly there. And Jochen, fantastic AWP, but he's going to pick up 2. So he's staying with M&L, and there's absolutely been nothing going on his screen. Plenty going on elsewhere, and Epsilon look like they're going to get this push now up Kitty. Jochen's just going to hold mid. He is on low HP, so he's not going to want to be the first person peeking, but he has got the big green gun, and he knows how to use it. For anyone that's never seen Jochen play at a LAN, I mean, he is very, I don't know, borderline hyperactive, like such a wild character. M&L's going to have to go for this clutch, and he's just getting spammed through the box. Probably decided it's best to save. He's going to. But yeah, just if you've ever seen Jochen play at a LAN, he does little sort of dances with his hands in between kind of rounds. He can't sit still. And he's what I call it, sort of a twitch gamer, in the sense that he doesn't look to just hold angles. He really wants to make those flick shots because, you know, he's got the reactions to do it. So he is a great AWPer, really underrated player in the Danish scene. And for anyone that wants to spectate some good European AWPers, he's definitely on my list. So there it is, 4-0. So Epsilon off to a cracking start. And Glaive there, 8-2 now, leapfrogging Jochen, but of course I believe that was with a bomb explosion. So attacks now, we're going to have to kind of pull out some other eco stroke deco, and you can see they've done a multi-nade down mid, which in the end has been very ineffective. Glaive is low, but the rest of the players were just holding the storage areas, as you do when you expect an eco coming in on Tuscan. And it's still no joy. So you can hear another deagle going off, but I'm going to stick with Jochen for this round. Just bigged him up. So Felix is going to get 1 deagle. Kev and Glaive are going to get the 2 AK kills. Kev's going to pick up another. So again, another player that you might be used to seeing AWP, but shows his versatility, just rifling away, no problem. Jochen just going to see someone in the smoke there, and there we go, boom, boom. I want you in my room. I don't know, I'm not going to bring the Wenger boys to this, but Jochen makes it 5-0 with those 2 quick AWP kills. And again, we can see that Epsilon are really punishing attacks at the moment. So going to be interesting to see what they do and force a change in momentum. Now, M&L, who had pushed, he seems to be pushing off spawn and going for these early picks. He doesn't seem to be playing in a sort of set position. He's going to come down banana. He's going to go for this pick. And you can see he's just facing the smoke. And he's going to move back to a tighter angle. Probably he's aware that there's a player there. So it's just going to be a matter of when he faces. But in the meantime, we've got flashes kicking off here. And they're not doing anything too aggressive now, Epsilon. I think they're going to wait for a pick, the old pick and push. Let them waste the flashes. Felix is going to get that entry frag. I'm coming back to M&L because he has spotted someone now. But surely he's not going to face him. Glaive's going to get one. Well, M&L's missed his shot there, so Kev's going to get another kill. That flash is going to hit rack. Some pick up another, but M&L now has managed to rotate and get that kill. So attacks still in this round. It is a 3v3 situation, I think, or is that a 2v3 situation? Sorry, yeah. There's Kev getting another one, and then Glaive's going to get another. So in the end, when it looked like they just might have got their shit together, they haven't, and it's 6-0 to Epsilon. And of course, at this stage, Epsilon are probably thinking, we've just got this in the bag. There's nothing they can do. They've already picked up a very healthy 6 rounds. You can see Glaive on 11 for 2. Best Attax can offer in the form of resistance is 4 for 6. Solek down at the bottom on 1 for 6 and Frost on 1 for 4. Usually Mr. Consistent for Epsilon, but I guess if the people don't appear on your screen, you can't kill them. His teammate's doing a fine job at the moment. And again, we've got a deco for Team Alternate. So think about how many rounds they've actually not had guns in their hand. Kevin going to pick up one. MNL was the first to venture in, and Rax is going to sit here in the smoke, holding that angle. Hope for a frag. And you can see he's just going to get a nade instead for his troubles, and that's going to do quite a bit of damage. So right now, Epsilon just in total control. As soon as Rax seen he's going to be dead, as he knows he's going to get one deagle kill. Frustrating there for Jochen, but in the end, Kev mops him up. Solek's gone, but this quick flash over. Not going to get anything. Frost is just going to mouse one him to death. That must be annoying. And then Crystal's going to reclaim one, but no, it doesn't matter in the end. Epsilon take it 7-0, and just masterful T-side performance so far from Epsilon. Really just pushing where they want to go, ruining Alternate's economy, and just being incredibly aggressive. So Felix holding a close kitty. Solek's just going to go for a little boost here for Crystal, who I believe was also nominated for MVP. I wouldn't say he's shown that here, but then again, Alternate haven't got a round, so they've not really had that platform to show any individual talent. And Rack's going to push round and get a quick kill there, all up in Glaive's back. So, and Crystal's going to work his AWP from mid. MNL's going to get another, so starting to distribute these frags. It should be a round for Attax. MNL misses that shot though as Kev gets him. So Kev's going to pick up the AWP, and again, let's not forget, it's probably his primary weapon, but for the good of the team, he's put it down. He's allowing Jochen to go with it, and we all know what he can do. So he's got Felix here. They're trapped in this 1v1 waltz. I imagine there's going to be some backup coming soon. So Kev's going to force the issue, go aggressive. He's going to get that kill. Brilliant use of the flash there to do so. Bombs down. There's only 25 seconds left. It's a 1v3. Oh, Kev not going to do very well there, but of course Crystal used the height there and got the kill. So Team Alternate up and running. Not going to impact on Epsilon's money at all after a run of 7 rounds, so we can see that we've still got guns here. And Crystal going aggressive again. So this is, and he misses his first attempt at a pick there, and he's having to drop back and spamming through the smoke. So I guess they had the spawns for it, didn't really make it count. Jochen just holding that storage area by himself, and you can see Crystal holding this tight angle. And Felix is going to get the first frag. Frost is going to answer back, so we're going to quickly cut to that. Felix has got another one, and that stopped that kitty push. Kev has got that kill. Now he's going to push out. He's got the bomb. He's going to go for a nade here. Knows he's going to probably face some resistance in the smoke. That nade, wow, straight on his head. On your head, son, from long distance from MNL. And that must be frustrating. Jochen got 91 HP. Knows where the bomb is. Surprised he's not trying to spam that angle there. Might go for it now, but no. He's going to look at the house. And you can see it's Crystal on these little boxes here. And he's just kind of peeking to give the call. Jochen, while he's going to be distracted here, he's now on 5 HP. So he must have got legged. And they're flashing him, but not pushing him. So I don't. Obviously, the leg not been called. He's going to go over the plant here, and that's going to end badly. So there we go. Unable to get the 1v3. Jochen and Team Alternate picking up something close to a bit of momentum now. And yeah, we got Ball buys coming in again, but it might be an eco if they don't win this round, based on the fact we saw a few drops going in there. Jocken's got a very good front spawn. Is he going to use it, or is he just going to hold this area? Looks like they're going to hold. Oh, and they nearly caught someone there. He just preempted it a little bit too much, trying to spam the smoke. But Glaive's going to get a kill. And we're just jumping around like a madman at the moment, trying to get where the action might be. That opening frag there, giving them the man advantage. Probably is going to force Team Alternate into a bit of a turtling position. I don't mean in the toilet sense for those cruder people listening. I mean, of course, in the way that they'll withdraw into their shells and play very passive. Gonna try and cut to Kevin, who's coming through the sewers, and they're clearly going to time this Kitty push with a kind of bit of back action from the sewers as well. And there's Kevin coming out. Well, I'm not even sure what I've just seen, but somehow Felix isn't dead, and he went full retard a little bit early there, and it's badly let his teammates down because they've been absolutely butchered in the meantime. So he had to make that kill. Hasn't. There's a pile of guns there. It's may as well be little crucifixes because that's where everyone died, and then MNL's going to get it. So in the end, that round come down to an inability to make that one frag on Kitty as opposed to Banana, and it's cost them a round. So there you go. It just goes to show how perhaps the micro things may have escaped them. I don't know if they've watched this demo back, but now we have got that eco we talked about. Looks like they're going to go fast and just try and go mob-handed up Banana into B. So MNL's going to get that first frag. Are we going to see some sort of 5-man from him? Shall we try and get to it? MNL's going to get one, but Rack's going to rush in. They know it's an eco. They're just going to go wild for it. Germans love eco frags. They absolutely love it. Just look at their movies. So they're descending on them like a plague now, but they have managed to get the plant. Jocken with a deagle. Going to get one. Going to pick up an M4 now. Kev's going to get another. Felix is going to get Kev, and then Crystal's going to get the AWP on Jocken, who is turning away from a flash that perhaps maybe didn't need to. And Attax get another round, but it's skin of the teeth stuff at the moment. Nothing really convincing from the Germans, even though they put 4 rounds together. And you can see from looking at the frag charts, Felix on 11 for 9, Solik on 2 for 10, Kev on 15 for 6, and down at the bottom, Frost, like saying, Mr. Consistent. Very rare to see him like this, on 3 for 9. So guns back in Epsilon hands, and that plant was very good for them in terms of the economy. Oh, Solek, where were you aiming? Maybe you weren't expecting the crouch, I don't know, but in the end Felix kind of spares his blushes and gets 2 kills behind him, switches to the AK as you would do. Now it looks like we're going to get some sort of kitty action. On onus being on Jocken again to make these picks count. And we've got Kev getting 1, Glaive getting another, so MNL's going to be that kind of defense. And things are looking bad for MNL. He's just cotched up in a corner, looking through the smoke. The bomb's ticking away. It's a 1v3. And he's just holding this angle, trying to play with the time, the limited time he's got. In the end, is it a save? Yep. Looks like it's going to be. So we're going to get some kind of fairly unimpressive and unspectacular bunny hopping. And there it is, 8-4. So Epsilon stop the rot. But certainly, Alternate are kind of clinging, onto it. It's a respectable amount of rounds so far. As I said, it is a T-sided map. I think they could do with getting a couple more. And nothing happening here in the storage area. Crystal boosted up on that box again. Again, it's a great little boost for both ways because the way the angles work, if you come up mid, they can see you before you can see them because of obviously the head height thing. And if you look across those boxes there, if they do decide to push up Kitty, you've got nothing but headshots to aim at. So, and we got Frost starting to up his kill charts, which is just what he needs to do. He needs to get a few frags. Unadvised re-peek there from Crystal. Jockin's going to get one. Glave's going to get another kill. So it's looking like another round for Epsilon. We're going to go to MNL. He seems to be the last man standing again. And he's just getting naded and flashed to hell right now. He's just going to run through this smoke. He's not going to get it. Glave's going to get him in the back. And there we go. It's 9 rounds to 4. So Epsilon looking in a very promising position. Is it another Deagle round for Team Alternate? Yes, it appears to be so. So we're going to get this one. They've done this a few times and with reasonably good effect, although they've never seemed to be able to make it really count. And that is they're going to push through the sewers. Just get up in these little positions here. This time, though, they're going to find nobody home. So definitely not going to work out for them. MNL just holding B. Low HP. And that's where they're going to be headed. So these guys are going to have to get there quick. We'll cut to MNL, see what he can do resistance-wise with just his Deagle. And that was some jumping pre-fire. He's got 2 great headshots there. And now he's going to get a gun. That nade's going to take him out, though. Smartly thrown by Jockin, who then follows that up with an AWP shot. And then there's someone in the storage area already. I don't know if he's got his no scope, but he didn't. Yeah, he has. He didn't react quick enough to stop Rat getting the Deagle frag. He's got the bomb. All of a sudden, though, it's all on Jockin. In this 1v2 situation, and this is potentially a huge turning point in the game. Gonna put that smoke down. He's gone for an open plant. Don't know if that was wise, but he's got away with it. Got to be careful here, Jockin. He needs to use his sound. You can't be just peeking aggressive. And there you have it. Crystal's flanked him. Got him in the side, and he'll be extremely frustrated with that. That was a clutchable 1v2, especially once the bomb was down. But in the end, Team Alternate with a great deco to make it 9 for 5. And we go into the last round now of the half. Things looking much better for them in terms of money. We're going to get some guns, so MNL did admirably on B bomb site. We'll see if he can follow that up again this round. Going aggressive. Flash is not bothering him. Going to be looking through the smoke. In the meantime, Glaive has got 2. They've pushed through this storage area they have. And again, while I'm blind, Rack has answered back with 2. And we're going to this familiar view here of Jockin. Just looking for the peak Felix. They lined up like the moons there in Star Wars. Just 2 easy headshots for Felix. It's all on Glaive. He's not going to get it. It is going to be a 9-6 half. Hope for Team Alternate as we go into the second half. But Epsilon do take that lead in. All important pistol round coming up. So just waiting on the players readying up. You can see they've said ready. So away we go. Epsilon now on CT, and how are they going to play this pistol strat? It's going to be very interesting because I heard that Team Alternate were actually using an abstraction of mouse sport strats due to previous relationships between the teams. And that means they actually had a playbook on their desk with Rattlesnake's strats on them and were kind of using them and using off versions of it. And that's what I was told at the LAN, and certainly from the footage we got, you could see there was a playbook on their desk. So it's going to be interesting to see, and typically mouse sports play their terrorists not as aggressive as their CT. So Epsilon are, whether they're aware of that by now or not in this stage in the LAN, I don't know. But it looks like, yeah, we're not seeing anything too coordinated, just a standard kind of setup. MNL's going to get that opening pick, though, in the storage area. So Kev got a little bit too aggressive and a bit too peak happy. So he's going to make the call that there's going to be 2 of them down there. They're going to go up short. Frost is going to answer back. Rax is going to get another one. These guys are coming behind him. Glaive should get one here, but he hasn't. He's had to kind of duck down and repeat, and he's allowed them to kind of get away. So we got a nade coming in, though, from Jochen. He's going to get that kill there. Felix is the one with a bomb, so he's going to get one. And then Crystal's going to get another one. So this plant is coming in. It's all on Nikolai, who's got 2 great kills there to make it a 1v1 situation. Going for a full clip spam through the smoke. He's got 1 HP, so he has to do something pretty amazing. Let him plant the bomb was not amazing enough. M&L on 73 HP. I imagine this is going to be his to lose. So there it is. Headshot completely unnecessary when they're on 1 HP, but why not finish it in style? Team Alternate do get the pistol round. And that should tie this game up at 9-all with the next 2 rounds coming in. Epsilon, of course, I've seen them play incredibly well with Deagles in their hands. I was at HK LAN, the demos for which have just become available, and I'll probably try and sneak some of those games into our commentary section, because why the hell not? They've only just been released. We are slowly but surely uploading them to CADRED. While I'm saying that, Glaive's going to get an opening kill. Oh, that's a great Deagle shot from Frost. So we'll stay with him for the meantime. Well, actually, there probably is no point. Looks like Team Alternate are doubling back into the storage area. All of a sudden, they got a 5-3 advantage, Epsilon. Are they going to come up, Kitty? And again, Kitty's another hangover from the CPL Mill days, because of course there used to be a picture of a cat above it. Not quite sure why. Never understood that. Counter-terrorist vet services. Seems a bit strange. But anyway, M&L's going to get a nade. Frost probably should have had a double there, and if he'd been a little bit sharper, probably would have been. Not been a classic game for him, and M&L's going to get another kill in the meantime. Frost has got to get one of these kills here. And he doesn't. Rax is going to run around, and again, that crouch, so lethal, but he's on 17 HP. Kev is going to finish off and get that kill. Felix is going to get another one. Kev is going to go for it, but he's not going to get it, and that looked like a winnable round at one point. In the end, just not enough composure from Epsilon with those Deagles. And Team Alternate all had very low HP. You can't help but feel that if they'd just been a bit more calm, a bit more composed, picked their shots, that round was locked down. And again, it's another example of a round there that Epsilon threw away themselves. So for all the cheating accusations that came out at the end, it's got to be said, guys, if you watch this, you got to know yourself that this game could have been pretty much wrapped up by now. Kev is just going to go for this push, and look at this in the storage area here. It's all kicking off. He's not going to get away. You can't reload, and Rack's going to pick up 2 kills in the meantime. So that fast, aggressive push there left another 1v2 situation. Glaive on 100 HP, only got a USP. Only going to catch mild shrapnel from that. He's on 96. Got to get a headshot, doesn't it? And again, Rack loves to crouch. And every time he does, he becomes invincible and gets a kill. So it's 3-0 for Team Alternate. But again, that round very nearly went the way of Epsilon. I'm not sure how you can kind of intimate that any cheating was involved in that. It does tie the game up at 9-9. And we now go into the stages of the game that's really going to throw up a classic. Our Team Alternate going to start running away with it? Are Epsilon going to find their composure? We shall see. So M&L got a rifle at the moment, not the AWP you would expect him to have. And they've been playing a lot of twin AWP throughout the course of this tournament. Team Alternate with Crystal picking up the AWP on certain maps. Well, they're coming into the storage area, and we're gonna see some contact here. We're not gonna see it because we're all bloody blind. But there you go. So we've got a trade. It's Rax and Crystal trading off. So it's another one for Kev. Kev's gonna get another one, but there's another trade. Felix is gonna come in belatedly and get him, and of course that's gonna mean that the bomb's been sighted. Jochen is gonna be all the way over here, and again you can see it's another 2v2 situation. When these kind of rounds keep slipping away from you, that's when you know you're doomed. Because if you lose every 2v2, every 1v1, and every 3v3, it's very bad indeed. And you can see that they've just kind of got a general idea of where Jochen might be. Needed to hit that shot. It was a very hard one, though, to give him his due. And now the repeat's going to be incredibly difficult. He's got to try and change position without being seen. Bomb is planted. They're both there. So if one dies... And there it is, just dink. So in the end, another round that perhaps seemed at one stage to be winnable from Epsilon with these aggressive tactics that they're playing has, it's cost them. And now they might want to think about changing that. They're 4-0 down. Attacks have gone into the lead. So 10-9. And again, it's an aggressive eco. We're just going to get nade damage here. In the meantime, the rest of Alternate are in the other storage area. And you can see emptying a clip into them with a little joy. Nades coming into that mid area now. And they've got to do better than this. Glaive's going to get a headshot. You can just hear all this AK spray going on and still no kill. Oh, this is the time when you wish you'd saved some nades or bought some nades. Because look how all bunched up they are. But now they are dropping back, Alternate. Going to get a boost there. Quite wise. Use that height advantage. So the Bomb and Crystal are still on Kitty. And now we're going to get all four back on Kitty again. Solic's going to get one. I'm staying with Jochen while all this is going on. I'm not even sure why. But there's Crystal picking up one. Rack's going to get another. Rack's going to get another one. Face full of nade, and Crystal's going to get the last. So, again, Team Alternate hold their nerve on an eco round when things had started out quite well for Epsilon. And I'm guessing by this stage, the frustration is starting to creep into Epsilon's play. They're thinking, how can this be happening? But ultimately, the architects of their own downfall here. 5-0 in the second half. Holding a tight angle there with the M4, and of course if an AWPer comes up and peeks that, you're as good as dead. Everyone's holding angles now. We've had a flurry of aggressive play, and then everyone's like, can we just chill the fuck out? Like, this is a LAN, it's not online, what are we all doing? So everyone's relaxing. Rack's going to get a flash. He's had a great half, to be fair. In fact, while we're doing all of this, we'll have a quick look at the frag charts. Yeah, no surprise to see him at the top on 10 for 2. Frost at the top on 5 for 5. Jochen 1 for 5 at the bottom. Solek on 1 for 5 at the bottom. And there's Felix getting one kill, but Kev's going to answer back immediately. And going to push House. Rotates coming in, so he's giving him the sight, giving him the plant. Glaive's going to give some damage to someone down there. Not quite sure what he's looking at there. There we go. Glaive's going to get one. Crystal's going to answer back with a double. Frost is going to get another one. So Rack's going to get another one. And now it's all on Frost. But again, Rack stands tall for his team and gets that last kill. And again, it's a 1v1 situation that has gone the way of Team Alternate. And I'm at a loss to really explain why, but it just looks like Epsilon at this moment in time, or should I say in that moment in time, because let's not forget this isn't happening live, people. Let's not start tripping out with the whole time displacement thing. But it just looks like they're not hitting their shots. There's no other explanation beyond that, really. Maybe their timing's a little off, but all of a sudden we've got another deco round. So it's 12-9 to Team Alternate. And it's funny because everyone was talking about Crystal for good reasons for a change of this competition and MNL, but it seems to me that it's Rack that's had a good game. He's just ran up spraying. Felix's nade's going to get the kill on Glaive. Kev not quite making this deagle count here in the storage area. He's just going to reload and go through. Going to get behind one, but it's all right. Jochen's going to get rid of him in the meantime. So Kev is going to come up Kitty now. He's going to go aggressive and hard, and he's just going to try and get behind him. He's going to find a gun as well, so that's good news. But just as he picks it up, MNL runs back. gets that headshot. So now we're on Jochen, who's on 71 HP, and again, it's on clutch cam. It's another 1v2. How many times have we said that in this half? It hasn't been easy for Attax, but Epsilon simply are not making the clutches. That's all it comes down to. Trying to spam through smoke here. And again, it's a crossfire. He's got to make it count. And unlucky in the end because those spams were counting. And MNL was only on 46. But again, it's just another example of a 1v2 situation. These are winnable clutches, hard clutches, sure, and at this level, difficult, but they're winnable. You know, a 1v2, you do see them happen. It's not abnormal. But Epsilon just haven't had that luck. They haven't had that break in this second half, and that's why they're 7-0 down. And probably thinking to themselves, what the hell is happening? But, you know, on this evidence, and like I say, I hope the guys watch this, it's just one of those things, my Danish bros. Like, you can't legislate for what's been happening. You've just not been hitting the shots. There's no evidence of anything even remotely dodgy about the way Team Alternate are playing. So we've got double nades coming down now. Felix just holding that kitty area for as long as he's allowed to before his face is ripped off by Frost, who's starting to find his confidence and starting to find his aim. I got to say as well, by this stage, both these teams absolutely knackered. I mean, this LAN ran on and ran on and ran on, and there were so many overtimes and so many 3-mappers and everything going completely berserk that, you know, it ran on late by 7 hours, didn't finish till 6 in the morning. I had a flight to catch, and I was still there, 22 hours of coverage straight. It was an absolute beast of an event, so this game will have been happening around about, I don't know, 4 o'clock maybe in the morning. So easy to understand why maybe aim was a little bit off for some players. Jochen with a great AWP kill there on Crystal. MNL's going to answer back. And look, again, what are we talking about? 1v1s goes the way of MNL. Just as I bring up the scoreboard, he just rips his head clean off with that deagle, and it's 8-0. And Epsilon, it's no wonder they're so frustrated by the end, because you go through all of these rounds, 1v1 clutches, 2v2s, you know, 1v2s, and not one of them, not one, has gone the way of Epsilon. So, no doubt, hugely frustrating, and they know they're better than that. Okay, so you can see Rack just coming into shot. Frost, gonna peek, gonna get blind. Have some Stevie Wonder's glasses. He's going to lob this nade down. And Glaive, that's a great timely peek from him, because if he hadn't, Rack was pretty much going to just fly around the corner and kill Frost. No doubt about that. So it looks like they're rotating out. Crystal creeping up short. And it's all gone deathly quiet. And you can see how much this means to Epsilon. They're playing so passive here. They know they need to get around. It's just not happening for them, though. MNL is going to get it. Felix is going to get one of them. Crystal's going to get Jochen just as he moves out with the rotate. Crystal holding these backstab areas. We've got one kill coming in for Epsilon. We've got Kev, though. Great nade from him, but didn't save his teammate. He's going to get another spam through the smoke. And look, I mean, is this real life? Is this another 1v1? It is. Kev's allowed him to plant the bomb. Not sure on the wisdom of that. MNL can't do it again, can he? No, he can't. Kev is going to not realise he's even made the clutch. But that is the first 1v1 that's gone the way of Epsilon to take it to 8 rounds to 1. He's quickly going to be like, hey, dude, get my AWP, bro. I'm not even sure what's going on here. Just going to switch to an AK. Knows he's got time to play with. So there you go. Epsilon up and running in this second half, but only just gets them into double figures. And, of course, Team Alternate are on 14 rounds. So, 1 round away from securing the draw. We've got this push now from Kev. M&L's going to get that pick in mid. It's jocking. That's what happens if you peek. And we got 1 down there, so it's tied that up at 4 for 4. M&L. And Glave's going to get another one. Frost's going to get another one. You can see these are FAMAS buys. Money not great in the Epsilon camp right now, but somehow they're forcing the issue. M&L just peeking very, very carefully. Not going to chance anything. It's M&L and Solek, who's been dubbed the weak link in the team, but he's a very experienced player, a great sort of presence within the team, very vocal. Knows how to motivate his players. Sometimes it can be a lot more than just what you do on the server. So M&L is going to see people peeking that nade, that's connected. That's going to take him down to 17 HP. Glave's going to get the both of them, and there we are. So finally, 2 rounds strung together, and that looked a lot more comfortable for Epsilon. That's going to put them on 11, so it's 14-11 right now at Team Alternate.
Affirmative. Okay, let's go.
And again, they're so aggressive, Epsilon. I'm not sure they want to be doing this. 1 flash and it's all over. Somehow, it's worked out for them. Horrible, horrible spraying. None of them going there for Nikolai. It's absolutely all going mental. Kev's pushed down behind him. And we've got some insane lag at the moment. There we go. That completely span everything out there. So we're having a look. Let's see what Crystal's going to do with his Glock out. Again, if this was one of his movies, I'm pretty sure it would have ended very differently. But now they've got 3 rounds strung together, Epsilon. So that's 14-12. They're within 2 rounds of tying it up. And the momentum is very much with them. Jochen makes that pick. That's him going aggressive. And that's a bit more like it from him because he's usually a very confident player. He's been a bit locked down this round. We'll have a look at the score chart. You can see M&L 12 for 5 at the top. And Kev on 14 for 8. He's had a very good CT half. So, and a very good game. And a good tournament. There's another kill there for Epsilon. We got Solek answering back. And they've managed to get up on B. Got the numerical advantage definitely now that Nikolai's got that other kill. And Solek comes down the ladder, gets an unwelcome surprise at the bottom of it, but he deals with it. And look, 2v2. Felix gets the kill on Jochen and misses the AWP shot. Making it a 1v2. Frost is jumping down. His head's there to be taken. Frost, don't panic. And that's what happens if you do. So it's 15-12 now for Team Alternate. Just 1 round away from match point. And you can see there's FAMAS is being dropped. The money isn't looking too good. Glave's had to pick up that FAMAS, so his money not looking too good. Right. Okay, so a little bit of lag again there because we've just recorded 120 gigs on this game alone. So apologies. It's pretty much almost filled up my hard drive, so we're going to just have to struggle through. And we've got Kev going to get that opening frag, but M&L's going to answer back immediately. And then he's going to get the second spam behind the box. Extremely frustrating there, but of course, he must have been there, so it's good intuition from M&L. And now he's coming up short, so things not boding well. And Glave's been taken down by Crystal, so Frost is in the house. He's the closest to it, but he's got the FAMAS. Jochen's going to get 1 kill by peeking on that B bomb site. What's Frost going to do now? He's having a look around. M&L's going to take out Jochen. Frost is going to answer back, going to switch and trade up like gun game for that AK. But it's another 1v2 situation. He's got to make it this time, Frost has. Absolutely imperative he does, or it is all over. He's going to get a face full of flash. He's going to spray, give away his position. And in the end, it's Solek, of all people, that's going to make the last frag. It's GG's exchange. Good half for some reason from Crystal. I think he's probably a little bit overexcited, or maybe it's just past his bedtime. He's only a little lad. But there you have it. A classic encounter between the two teams. It's been a classic game. I'm not going to harp on too much because I was going to somehow condense this down into some kind of uploadable file. But basically, we're going to be doing one of these a day. We're going to have more of the great games from Copenhagen Games. So stay tuned to cadred.org for all your esports needs. And keep one eye on the Cadred Clips YouTube channel for more commentaries like this one. Peace.